Have you ever thought about what it would be like to be 80, using a cane, needing someone to help you walk every step, or completely dependent on your children and grandchildren? The image of the elderly is often associated with weakness, slowness, and needing daily care. But what if I told you the opposite? If I told you that at 80, you can still climb mountains, play tennis, and even beat young people in physical tests, would you believe it? Imagine on one side is an 82-year-old man doing push-ups, smiling after climbing a mountain, and on the other side is a 78-year-old woman sitting and panting, needing a walker just to go to the bathroom. They are the same age, but their lives' health and happiness are completely different. Why is that? Is it due to genetics, luck, or simply daily living habits? The truth is, there is a small group of seniors, the superagers, who remain physically active, mentally sharp, and independent well into their senior years. And they don't need high-tech expensive drugs or magic tricks. They just do a few simple things consistently every day. The amazing thing is that you can learn to do the same no matter how old you are today. So what helps some people age without getting weaker? In this video, I'll share the 7 most important habits scientifically proven that help 80-year-olds live like they're 40. Ready? Remember the old man climbing a mountain and the old woman using a walker. Same age, 2 completely different lives. That's not uncommon, but it's not a coincidence either. And this is where you need to learn a shocking truth. According to recent studies, most of us start losing 3 to 8% of our muscle mass every decade after age 30. By the time we hit 70, some people have lost more than half of their muscle mass compared to when they were younger. That means they no longer have the strength to get up from a chair, climb stairs, or keep their balance while walking. It is this silent loss that steals the ability to live independently of the elderly at age. But what is worth mentioning here is not the number, but a discovery that reverses the thinking of many people. Some people are completely unaffected by muscle degeneration with age. Research from many prestigious institutes shows that there are people in their 70s and 80s who still retain the strength, speed, and mobility equivalent to people decades younger than them. In some physical tests, they even outperform people in their 40s. Why is there such a big difference? It's not because they were born with superhuman genes. It's not because they live in an ideal environment or use magic pills. The answer lies in the small but sustainable habits they maintain every day. Things that seem simple, but have the power to completely change the way the body reacts to aging. This is not an empty promise. All have been proven by scientific research, clinical trials, and real stories from people who have applied it. And especially, you don't need to wait until you are 60 or 70 years old to start. You can apply it from today, no matter what age you are, to prepare for an independent, healthy, and energetic future. In the next part, I will share specifically 7 habits that superagers around the world are maintaining. No gym, no medicine, no complicated secrets. And I believe that at least one of them will surprise you, because you may have heard of them, but have been doing them wrong all this time. One of the most obvious differences between frail and healthy seniors is how they treat their bodies on a daily basis. Many people think that aging is inevitable, and that physical decline is an inevitable part of it. But the truth is, science has proven that there are habits that, if practiced regularly and correctly, can slow down the degenerative process and even reverse some of the effects of aging on the muscles, nerves, and endocrine system. Here are some habits that have been observed in older adults who are exceptionally healthy, those who are called superagers. One of the first secrets lies in how they deal with stress. Not the negative kind, but the beneficial kind, called hormetic stress. This concept describes the process by which the body is gently stimulated to adapt and become stronger. A typical example is the use of heat therapy, such as taking a cold shower in the morning or taking a sauna a few times a week. When the body is exposed to cold or heat for a short period of time, it activates self-protective mechanisms, including the production of heat shock proteins and increased activity of mitochondria, the power plants of the cell. These responses not only protect muscle cells, but also improve metabolism and enhance recovery from injury. Another indispensable factor is the timely consumption of protein. In young people, the body is able to synthesize protein much more efficiently than in older people. However, with age, a phenomenon called anabolic resistance appears, meaning that the body needs more signals to activate the muscle-building process. Many older people eat less protein in the morning and afternoon and save it all for dinner. This causes the body to miss out on anabolic opportunities during the day. An effective way to do this is to divide the intake of high-quality protein, such as eggs, Greek yogurt, lean meat, or lentils, into 3 main meals. Each meal should provide about 25 to 30 grams of protein. This habit helps maintain stable blood amino acid levels, supporting the recovery and growth of muscles much more effectively than focusing on just one large meal. In addition to protein, micronutrient supplementation also plays a vital role, especially vitamin D and K2. Vitamin D has long been known to help absorb calcium and support strong bones. But few people know that vitamin D also has the ability to activate genes related to muscle growth and maintenance. Deficiency of this vitamin is extremely common in older people because the skin's ability to synthesize it decreases when exposed to sunlight. However, if you supplement high doses of vitamin D without enough vitamin K2, often found in fermented foods such as natto hard cheese, calcium can be deposited in the wrong places, causing calcification of blood vessels instead of strengthening bones. The right combination of these 2 micronutrients helps the body use minerals much more intelligently and effectively. Chronic mild inflammation is a common condition in older people and is often overlooked. Unlike acute inflammation, when the body mounts a strong response to heal an injury, mild but persistent inflammation can eat away at muscles over time. Factors like poor sleep, eating too many refined foods, lack of physical activity, or gut dysbiosis can all contribute to this condition. People who stay healthy into old age often focus on a plant-based diet rich in antioxidants like polyphenols from berries, green tea, and olive oil. They also prioritize regular bedtimes, adequate sleep, and minimal artificial light at night to support natural melatonin production. A healthy microbiome not only helps with digestion, but also plays a big role in reducing inflammation and improving mood through the increasingly well-understood gut-brain axis. In addition to the big factors, small details like trace minerals can also make a difference. Magnesium, for example, is a mineral that is necessary for more than 300 biological reactions in the body, including nerve transmission and muscle contraction. Yet most older adults do not get enough magnesium from their diets. Vitamin B12, especially methylcobalamin, is also essential for nerve health and energy metabolism. Many older adults take antacids or metformin for long periods of time, which can inadvertently reduce their ability to absorb B12. Creatine, often associated with bodybuilders, can actually have huge benefits for older adults. It increases muscle mass, improves memory, and slows age-related muscle loss. Zinc and selenium, though, needed in small amounts, play a crucial role in immune response and tissue repair. A diet deficient in these elements accelerates aging. A key difference between frail and healthy older adults lies in the connection between the brain and the muscles. The neural network that controls movement often weakens over time, leading to slow reflexes, poor balance, and falls. However, research shows that highly coordinated activities, such as dancing, playing music, playing table tennis, or even breathing meditation can stimulate the brain to maintain muscle command. These activities force the brain to control complex sequences of movements while also creating flexibility in the neural network, much like exercising a mental muscle. In addition, people who practice proper breathing habits such as box breathing, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, on a regular basis tend to have better sympathetic nerve regulation, which helps reduce stress and increase the sensitivity of the motor nervous system. And finally, an essential element of any health maintenance strategy is resistance training. No therapy, including modern medicine, can replace the benefits of lifting weights or doing bodyweight exercises properly. Resistance training stimulates powerful anabolic signals, leading to muscle growth, bone thickening, and more balanced hormones. However, more is not always better. Smart older adults often choose short but intense workouts, perhaps just 15 to 20 minutes per session, 2 to 3 times per week, but ensure that each exercise takes the muscles to a state of no more repetitions. This is called the temporal mechanical limit, where the strongest growth signals are activated. They also favor compound exercises, such as squats, pushes, and pulls, movements that recruit multiple muscle groups at once to maximize training effectiveness. Focusing on the eccentric phase of the weight-lowering phase has also been shown to be particularly beneficial for older adults, as it creates high tension without putting too much stress on the joints. At this point, you're probably asking yourself, so where do I start? How can I actually implement these habits in my daily life? That's a perfectly valid question, because no matter how much knowledge you absorb, if you don't start taking action, it's all just theory. I want you to take a moment to visualize yourself or a loved one, a parent, grandparent, aunt, or uncle. Picture a person struggling to get up from a chair, hand-shaking eyes, watching the people around them for help. Then imagine that same person in a different version. They walk confidently in the park, can bend down to pick up something they've dropped without falling, prepare their own breakfast, remember their own medical appointments, make their own life decisions. Only you can decide which version becomes reality. And it all starts with one small action. It can be as simple as redistributing your protein intake at each meal, as simple as taking 5 minutes each morning to breathe deeply and feel your body, as simple as stepping outside and taking an extra walk around the block, as simple as taking your parents to get their vitamin D levels checked, or simply sharing this video with someone you care about. Sometimes a small share can change the direction of a life. If you are watching this video and thinking, I'm still young, I don't need to worry about this, then please think again. Preparing for old age doesn't start when your hair turns gray or your back becomes hunched. It starts the day you choose how to live. Your body today is the result of the choices you made yesterday. And your body in 20 or 30 years from now will reflect what you do today. And if you are middle-aged or have entered your twilight years, please don't think it's too late. Science has proven that muscles can recover. The nervous system can regenerate, and your body can adapt, if you give it a chance. A 70-year-old can gain muscle mass in 12 weeks if they train properly. An 80-year-old can improve their coordination if they take up music or dance. And a 90-year-old can walk independently if they maintain the connection between their brain and muscles. What you need is not a complete revolution overnight. What you need is a small step, but one that happens. Because when you start, your brain changes your view of health changes, and ultimately, your life changes. I don't mean to pressure you. I just want you to understand every journey begins with the first step, and you don't have to do it alone. Let this community, who are watching the video who are also looking for a healthy, independent, and meaningful life, be your source of motivation. I encourage you to leave a comment below. Are you implementing any of the 7 habits we've shared? If not, what do you plan to start with? Protein at breakfast, a 30-second cold shower, going to bed at the same time every day, or simply telling your parents about vitamin D. When you write it down, you're not just remembering it for yourself. You are inspiring others. Someone who reads your post might think, "Oh, if they can do it, I can do it too." And that's what creates a community, the spread of one small action by each person. You can also share this video with your family and friends, especially those who are entering middle age. They may not have thought about muscle loss, loss of balance, or neurological decline. But if they know today, maybe they will tomorrow. Maybe 10 years from now, they will thank you for getting them on the right track with a simple video. If you are in the healthcare industry, nursing, physical therapy, or athletic training, you can also use this information to pass on to your patients, clients, or students. The knowledge in this video is not only useful, but it has the potential to change the direction of many people's lives. Finally, if you found this content valuable, please subscribe. We will continue to produce educational, scientific, and inspiring videos about health, aging, and living a long life. Health is not a destination. It is a journey, and that journey is more enjoyable when you have someone to accompany you. So this is my official invitation to you. Become part of a community of people who are proactive about aging. Live not just long, but healthy, independent, and meaningful. If you are caring for an elderly loved one or want to prepare early yourself, please share this video. It could be the quietest but most precious gift you can give someone. A timely piece of information, a gentle reminder, can sometimes change the course of a person's health. Age is inevitable. Every day that passes, we grow older, silently, steadily, irreversibly. But that doesn't mean we have to accept weakness, dependence, or a loss of quality of life. Because besides age, there is another factor that is always within your control: how you live each day. It is the seemingly simple small choices: what you eat for breakfast, whether you exercise, what time you go to bed, how you breathe, that determine how you age. Strong or weak, active or dependent, full of energy or barely surviving. You don't have to change everything overnight. No one is asking you to be perfect. The most important thing is that you start. Just one new habit, one positive action,